Welcome to Tabletop Gaming Guild. Tabletop Gaming Guild is all about the experiences and memories that playing tabletop games with friends and families can create. Today I'm trying something a little different. So I have here Sword and Sorcery. I am going to give a quick overview and get into a solo playthrough of Sword and Sorcery. It's a completely new setup for me, so hopefully everything looks good on camera. If not, I will tweak it in future videos, if there are future videos of this type. First of all, what is Sword and Sorcery? Sword and Sorcery is a dungeon delve that it's you against the machine of the game. Generally, this is going to be played best, I believe, with 1 or 2 players. Preferably 2, because you have to have a minimum of 2 characters. So if you're playing with 1 player like me, you're gonna have 1 player playing as 2 different characters. In Sword and Sorcery, you are playing somebody who is recently deceased, and you're trying to get soul points by killing monsters, finishing quests, and rank up to become closer to what you were before you had passed. In this game, you do not necessarily die at any point. Well, technically you do. You become, if you go to 0 hit points, you become a ghost, and you can come back given specific circumstances. I will go over the more specific rules as we come across them in the play, and first we'll talk about setup. So setup, I already did a little bit of setup, so you have to put these soul gems together, and these are how you're going to track all your stats, your combat, health, how many actions you have, and so forth. So let's quickly go through setup, as it is fairly involved, as is everything in this game and most dungeon delve style games. So first, each person is going to select a random character. In the case of a single solo player, you're going to select 2 heroes to play as. You'll go into the quest rules, which we'll get into the quest setup after, and get a certain number of soul gems. Everybody starts with full health. You get your hero sheet, soul gem, and your figure. Money and soul points are determined by the quest, and you can use the Imperium, basically shot before starting your quest, but the quest will dictate how much money you have for your first quest to spend. So let's get into the initial setup. So we have to switch to the storybook for the setup. I'm going to play this as a campaign, so I will likely play the additional quests. Whether I record them is up. I'm not sure. We'll see how this one goes. Okay, so first setup. Prologue. Introduction. In the middle of the night, a mystical event recalls the souls of the ancient heroes to the land of Talon's coast. Their eyes still see the world as ethereal, veiled with white mist. An invisible force leads heroes to a specific point, a city not far from the Heavenshine Monastery, their current location. Still shaken and weak from the resurrection ritual, they start the journey when the voice of the High Cleric echoes in their mind. All the praises to the 3 gods for this. The spell succeeded. Quickly come closer to the altar, gather the weapons I left, and reach the main aisle in our cathedral. That's the introduction. I have a little bit more for setup, and then I have to set up the changes for based on the introduction. So let's go into this quest setup. So I'm gonna put this here so you can see it. It gives me an introduction, tells me how many soul points I start with, so 0, no money, no treasures, no soul weapons. Enemies are going to be gremlins, so I have to find those in the enemy deck. My enemy deck. So I need 2 green gremlins and 2 blue gremlins. The rest can be set aside. Okay, so that's my enemies. Now I have to set up the event deck. So I go through grab the events, that's encounters. Events, here's events. So I need event number 5, 14, 6 and 9, 18, 8 and 11. So what is the rest of these events will not need for this quest. So it's telling me is 8 and 11 get shuffled. Then 18 goes on top. And then 6 and 9 gets shuffled and goes on top of 18. Then 14 goes on top of that. And 5 goes on top but is currently active. And we'll read that in a minute once I get everything set up. Special locations. Story event 1 and story event 2 are indicated on the map. Okay, so actually I will need story event 1 and 2 and waypoint 3 and 4. So we'll need at some point an open gate. I will need a open shrine, closed gate, 1 chest, 1 search area, in the shadows, 1 citizen. We have 4 enemies. So these are all the shadows I need. Set up the map. Okay, so we need the starting room. And closed door goes here. Closed spawn gate, rather. Search token goes here. So 9A can go here. Okay, so that's the map as it directs us to set up. It does say we cannot visit the Emporium before this quest. I finished the setup, so we have the map set up. I picked 2 characters and have all the other items set aside. So for each character, I have my character board. I got to pick from one of 2 alignments, but when you're picking alignments, they have to match between players for the entire party. So you can't have evil characters matching up with good characters. Neutrals can go with any party. There are optional rules to just ignore that, but we'll try it for our first game. We'll go with the standard rules. Each character was also able to take equipment from the stash. So these are like really basic equipment that you start the game and always have access to. If you lose the ones that are equipped, they go back in your stash. And anytime you are at the Emporium, you can always put things in the stash or remove things from the stash. I also selected 1 power card for each character. It has to be a level 1 power card because I am currently only soul rank 1 since I just started the game. We also start with one of the story events already active. That means this particular story event causes night to occur. So we start the game at night. The other text doesn't really apply. Basically, we regress any cooldowns on anything that we have activated, but we don't have anything currently on cooldown, so that's not relevant. So for this particular scenario, being in night phase means that during the night, each attack performed by a hero is at -1 hit. So thematically, we are in a weakened state. We only recently died and took on a soul form. And for some reason at night, we are particularly weak right now. So let's go through how a turn works. And you have this really extensive cheat sheet. There's a lot of rules for this game, and you have a lot of text just for the quick reference. The biggest rule, like all games, any text on cards supersedes the rules in the rulebook, which is particularly important for the style game, the campaign game, because there's a lot of rules and a lot of exceptions to rules. Okay, other important rules. Anytime you're allowed to reroll dice, you cannot reroll the same dice more than once at any point in your turn. The event deck is never shuffled. All of the decks can be shuffled when they run out. But the reason why the event deck can't be shuffled is because if the ways that this game can end is if you run out of event cards and haven't completed the story, you've lost. If all your characters die, you lose. And typically, you win by completing all the story events. There may be additional win-lose conditions in specific scenarios, but not in this one. At least not that I'm aware of yet. There could be some that are revealed later in some of these events. So basically, this is things that are going to happen, but it's also the timer for the game. If you ever get any bonuses or penalties, they do not stack. So the second one is just discarded. Okay, anything with the term suffer means it cannot be avoided in any way. So that's important. Okay, so let's get into the turn sequence. So you're going to have time phase, which is basically a upkeep phase, battle phase, and event phase. During the time phase, if we had any ongoing effects, we would resolve them. So like DOT, damage over time, mostly. If we had used our powers, those would refresh. Well, basically they would rotate, and if they had completely rotated to the final position, they would flip instead. We have an opportunity to rank up if we had enough soul points, which you don't. Then we go into the battle phase. So basically, first turn of the first game, there's not really anything to do in the cleanup phase. This is where this really becomes important. This will tell me how much health I have. I have 4 health. I have 1 combat action. I have 1 regular action, and I have forgotten what that particular symbol means. Let me look that up real quick. Under soul gems. Oh, power. That should tell me how many powers I currently have at my disposal. How many I was able to select from at the beginning of the this little mission. As I rank up, those stats are going to change, but for now, everybody has 1 for everything except health. This guy got 6 health. Okay. So movement. Let's do movement. So that is a basic action. So I have 1 basic action. So I can use that for movement, which this particular character has 3. This character has 3 as well. Now, I kind of want to keep my tank in front. It'll be the tank first. So in this, he's going to move into the spot. So there's 2 things here. There's a shrine, which if we die, we can resurrect there. And there is waypoint 1. So now I have to look at my storybook and immediately resolve the waypoint. Anytime you hit a story point or a waypoint, you immediately resolve it. So waypoint 1, I have to read 1.3 from the Book of Secrets. Waypoint 1. Some old weapons lie here near the altar. Once per quest, each hero moving over this waypoint can spend 1 action to draw and equip up to 3 items from the choice from the stash. So, okay. So I did that a little wrong with the setup. I shouldn't have had anything from the stash. Normally that you'd have a Emporium visit before the quest start, and this one particular one you didn't because I had just died and I was resurrected. So we'll say it kind of works out. I already did that, except for I have to spend an action to do it. Now, wait, let me just double check one thing. Don't think movement actually costs an action. You can only move once per. Yeah, it doesn't. Movement isn't actually an action. He continues on. Now, actions. I do have to use an action here. So I've done 2 movement. Actions do not interrupt your movement. So after I do this action, I can continue that last movement. Combat does. If I ever get in combat, that last movement will be gone. Possible actions, you can dash, so that gives you an extra movement. Focus and attack, so increase the strength of your next attack. Provoke a master enemy, we don't have to worry about. Bash, chest, lock doors, so you can open locked doors, break them open. Reorganize items, so you can take items from your stash and equip them. Or not from your stash, from your personal inventory. Exchange items with another player in the same space. You can search if there's a search area token, which there is not. Free actions. We have unlimited free actions. So this is actually a free action, not an action, because this is a unlocked door. So a normal door, open the normal door, pick up dropped items, or evade are free actions. Free action, I open the door. What happens when I open the door? Anytime you open the door, you have to draw and see if that door was trapped. A force field. Unless saved, each hero within one area suffers 1 HP damage and cannot move until the next time phase. So, fortunately my other character is not within one space. And save, I have to roll, I believe I just roll 1 blue dice. And I have to roll shields. So just 1 blue dice? Again, let's check the rule book. So lots of things to figure out as I go. Save rules. Must be performed by all heroes within the area of the trap. Okay, page 20. Saves. Save roll a single blue die. Oh, here's... Apparently that's blue. It almost looks green to me, or turquoise, really. Okay, so I have to roll this. And then you have to roll a shield, which I do not. So he takes 1 damage. He can only take a total of 6 damage. Line of sight becomes important because shadows activate as soon as I have line of sight. And in order to determine line of sight, you have to draw a line from the X on your square to the X on the relevant square. In this case, you cannot because there is a solid line, a solid wall between that. But I am moving into here, which now I do have line of sight on this one. So if I go from here to here, it's there, but here to here, or really here to here, I do not because I'm going off the board. So I flip this, resolve it, and that causes an enemy to spawn. Shuffle these, draw the relevant enemy, which is going to be a green goblin. He has 3 health, and when he dies, he drops a soul gem. I forget what that symbol means. I believe that has to do with, the one in the top left has to do with when it's choosing an enemy. Yeah, so it'll target the richest person. But it doesn't do anything yet. I've done my full movement. I do not have any ranged weapons, so I cannot attack. However, I still have an action. And again, one of the things I can do for an action is dash. Yeah, so I'll dash, get him to the space, and then I'm going into combat. Except for, before I go to combat, there is another shadow that is revealed and is another enemy. So this enemy is another green gremlin. So, combat. I can do one combat action. Combat hit stage. Rolling dice. Heroes without equipment roll blue. Well, I do have an equipment. I have my hammer. I can do 2 red and 2 blue, I believe, at a range 0. So let's roll that. Okay, so now I can spend this. So I currently have... Oh, supremacy bonus I forgot about. What the heck was supremacy bonus again? There are so many things to worry about. Don't worry, this will speed up once I finish the first turn. Because at that point, in theory, I will know what I'm doing. Combat systems. Hit. Step 1, rolling the hit dice. As the second step, once all dice are rolled, the attacker may spend any dice results to activate the matching results effects. Looks like I have 2 hits, an enemy which is a nothing, 1 lightning bolt, 1 star. And I can only use lightning bolts with this item. So basically I can spend that 1 lightning bolt to knock this guy out. And then I'm also doing 2 damage. I can't afford any of the other abilities on this particular weapon because I need more lightning bolts. What is actually this guy's ability? If there's at least 2 enemies of different ranks in play, all your attacks against the lower ranked enemy inflict +1 damage. Well, there is not. Okay, so that's not useful. As the third and final step, total number of hits obtained. So I've stunned it and I've done 2 hits. Results and passes to the defense stage. So, defense. So this character must roll its defense. Let's find enemies. Enemy defense. So I got the enemy scroll for the green goblins. I do not see any defense value. So it looks like that's it. I just do 2 damage to it. 2 damage to this one. And he's stunned. Oh, not KO'd. So basically, what's happened, he has 3 health. I attacked him, I did 2 damage, and I knocked him out. They don't have any equipment, or they don't have any shields or defensive value. So I don't believe they actually roll. Okay, yes, some of them do have defense values. This one does not. Okay, so basically what happened is I moved in, revealed the gremlin, pulled the gremlin cards, pulled the scroll for their behavior, and I went and used a dash action to get into space with it, and used an attack action, and did 2 damage and knocked it out. So knocked out means they don't get their defensive bonuses if they had any, which they don't, and they cannot attack until the knockout is resolved, which I believe just goes away at the end of their next turn, the next activation. But so he is done. He's done all of his actions. So I flipped his gem to indicate that, and next I go into enemy activation or enemy turn. So if there's any enemies on the board, I would draw an encounter card and resolve it. Okay, activate all red enemies, otherwise activate the lowest ranked enemies, which is both of them. One thing I don't remember is when things get shuffled back in for sure. It's like, does it get shuffled back in immediately? I don't think it does. So, okay, yes, since their behavior depends on distance. So currently, and I believe we saw the closest one first. This one is currently knocked out. The enemy remains knocked out until it's activated. When this happens, as the first step of its activation is automatically recovers and not stay in the figure and act as normal. Okay. So it really didn't do anything. It negated their defenses, which they didn't have any anyways. So, he's in 0 range. So he's doing an attack with claws. So an attack with claws is 2 red dice. So I roll my 2 red dice. And they get 2 hits and 2 lightning bolts. They don't have anything to spend the lightning bolts on. They do have combat abilities. Thief. If the claw attack deals damage, discard a random coin from the treasure's hero's inventory, or if it's empty, from the target area, which there is none. If enemy control its area, claws attack, inflict +1. Okay, so he just rolled the 2 dice. He has no bonus. He's doing 2 damage. So now I have to look at the defenses for this character. So let's start looking at his equipment. I can use a reaction to do -1. So it's -1, so it's only doing 1 damage, and I automatically defend 1. So I am fine. I don't take any damage. Let's just double check. Let's go into combat, defense. Technically I could roll dice as well, but... Oh, here we go. Defense. Okay, so step 1, resistances. I do not have any. Subtract the armor. So it's down to 1. Magic shields. I do not have magic shields. Oh, so I wouldn't apply this yet. I would roll first. So I roll 3 dice and see what I get. And I get... Oops. Oh. Sorry. I can roll up to 3, but I can only roll equal to the number of damage being hit. So actually, technically, I can only roll 1. And I believe I have to roll shields. Yes. So I defend it. I didn't have to use my power. I'm good. Let's leave that open. Next. This guy activates. He's within 2 spaces, so he has to move into it and engage. So move to engage. He moves there and attacks with claws. So again, he's rolling 2. He gets 1 hit. And which is my tank defends against that 1 hit. Okay. Event phase. So flipped up face up cards are discarded. And that's it. So basically if the top card is face down, you flip it. If it's face up, you just discard it. And that's his turn. So now I'm into... It is now this guy's turn. So he's going 1, picking up as a free action his stuff. 2. And then 3. Now he can do ranged attack. What's it possible? Okay. He hasn't done his action yet, but that's alright. So he's doing his ranged attack. The short bow, which he can do at up to 3 range, and as an action he can do a double attack with it against another enemy. It can't be the same enemy. Okay, so I get to roll apparently only a single blue die. Well, that's kind of crappy. But I do get 1 hit by default. I roll the blue dice. I get a second hit. This is against the wounded one, of course. So that kills him, the wounded one. Wounded one gives a soul gem, which I think soul gems are automatically retrieved, but it goes into like a shared supply. Now, I use my action to do a second attack against the unwounded one, in which case I do 2 damage to him. So 2 damage. And then I draw for enemy, activate 1 enemy, otherwise spawn 1 enemy. So he attacks. He's attacking with his claws. He's rolling 2 dice. He's got, I'll reroll that. I don't know what that is. Okay, 1 hit. Oh, he should have done +1 damage. So I actually, because he was technically controlling the area, because he had 2 more enemies than for the second guy did. Oh. So I should have rolled 2 dice. So for each of them. Because the movement, I think, happens first. Okay, so did he only did 1 damage on the second one, that's why. Okay, so I'm fine. This is messy. He doesn't have it this time. So in this case, he's just rolling. He did 1 damage, which does nothing. Okay. Oh, crap. I screwed up. Okay, let's undo all that. Oh, you know what? I'm fine. Because technically he should not have moved. And he would have gone here, revealed this shadow, but not revealed this shadow. So I don't know who that is yet. Okay. Sorry about that. Gotta rewind. Made a lot of mistakes in that. I'm just learning. This guy's not revealed, but I know what he's going to be. So, okay, so what should have happened is the first guy should not have, because of the force field, he shouldn't have been able to move, so he would have stuck at that door. So he couldn't have dashed, and he would never have seen that enemy. So the other guy would have seen the enemy when he went through. And I would have revealed this at the end of his turn. Because the first character would not have drawn an enemy card because there was no enemies on the board at the time. Wouldn't have been. Shouldn't have. Oh, I'm also -1 strength. A lot to pay attention to. So in this case, he would have revealed. Now he can do his attack. Okay, so let's redo this. So he's doing an attack. He rolls 1 blue dice. 1 damage, automatic, except for his knight, so he's at -1 damage. Rolling dice. So nothing for the first attack. Spend his action for the second. Wait a second. No, he would have spent an action to, because he can't attack the same enemy. Instead of his action should have been to focus attack, which adds 1 damage. So he does 1 damage in that case. This guy's not revealed yet. So he's got 1 damage to him. And everything's fixed now. That's what should have happened. And then he goes and activates, moves in, and attacks with his claws. He's doing 2 red dice. We've got 2 red dice over here. He gets 1 hit. He didn't get the soul gem yet because they haven't killed anything. So against his 2 blue die. Oh, you get 1 automatic shield, so he's fine. Okay, so that's it. End of round, this goes away. Back to the next turn. So he's going to move in and start bashing away at this guy. So this time, doing it right, I get 2 red, 2 blue. I forfeit the rest of my movement, unfortunately. So he's doing 2 damage. He's got 1, so he can knock him down. Because he only has 1 lightning bolt showing. But he's doing 2 damage, which is enough to kill him and give us... Okay, so second action. I mean, my actual action. He's dead. So I'll do the dash. Do I want to do the dash? Yes, I might as well. 1, 2, 3. Because there's a time limit here. So he does spawn. And the encounter card will cause him to activate. In which case he'll attack him. And he's rolling 2 dice, 2 hits, and 2 lightning bolts. I don't think the lightning bolts actually do anything with this guy. No. Okay, so 2 hits, 1's auto defended, and we got no shields. So I will activate this to reduce the damage by 1. This is gone. And so I'm good. Oh, yeah, no lightning bolts. Now it's his turn, so he does 1, 2. He's going to stop there so he can maintain the range. Roll his 1 blue dice. Okay, so it's 1 hit because it's +1, -1, and then 1 there. No extra bonuses. Oh, but I would use my extra for an auto damage, so it's 2 damage. Yeah. So 2 damage to him. And then encounter. Activate all enemies with a specific fighting style, which he does not have. Otherwise, the active hero must shift. Well, he's the active hero. He's not used his ability. So, I'm fine. Now we are at the end of this round, so we draw the next event. Place a treasure in the active hero's area. So we find a treasure. As a main step of this phase, event phase. As a main step of this phase, the active hero, the hero who played last in battle phase, must check the stats. So actually, he is the active player. Yep, okay, so that was a little confusing. Because active player in terms for the event phase is whoever took the last turn. So yeah, so free action to pick up this treasure card. Once per round, your next... Oh, sorry, upkeep. No, he didn't use. Once per round, your next weapon attack, it flips KO with the... If I do the star symbols, it's sold for... So I I cannot equip it though. So it goes in my inventory. It's an action if I want to equip it. But what I want to do is... KO is not really useful. So I will do attack, and I will focus my attack to get an auto damage. So as long as I think it's still night until that's covered. As long as I get any damage at all. So it's... I don't need to do the focus actually because... Yeah, no, that's fine. That might as well. He's dead. He drops 5 coins. Which I can use a free action to pick up. So there's a 5 coin. No, that's 10. This is a 5. Okay, so he gets 5 coins. Coins are not shared. So he's done his combat, and his action in combat. He can move. I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay, this terrain is difficult terrain, so it costs an extra movement to move across it. So 1, 2, 3. It's basically when you enter. When I leave, it's not going to cost any extra. Okay. Not sure that's a good idea. But, I mean, this is, you know, it's supposed to be an easy one. So these are revealed. I get 3 enemies altogether. So what I'll have to do, I get these 2 enemies. Spawn here. And then I'll shuffle the dead enemies. And they're all the same, so I get another green enemy there. So not good. I maybe should have been more patient. But he's already done his attack. He's done all of his movement and his action. So I draw an encounter. No, yes. Activate all enemies of a specific combat type, which they all are. So all the enemies activate. Now, let me just confirm the order in which they activate. I'm just being overcautious with the rules because, as I said, there's a lot of them, and I just want to make sure I'm getting them as right as possible. I'm sure I am making mistakes, though. I'll go over the rules in more detail in another video, and that one will be... I'll make sure to make everything absolutely 100% right, but this one I'm just trying to keep things moving a little bit. Select enemies to activate, starting with those controlled by the active player. Okay, so what technically should have happened is, as I drew, you're technically supposed to sign to them, so it should be boom, 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 just to say who's controlling. Sorry. So these 2 would have been and it's supposed to be like evenly distributed. Well, it goes to the active player. Yeah, it's supposed to be as evenly as possible. So this guy will move and attack. Oh, I need the blue combat scroll for the gremlin. He attacks with claws, rolls 2. He reduces my defense by 1. Okay, so he rolled 2 hits and 2 lightning bolts. He cannot use lightning bolts for that. Discard a random coin. No, it doesn't happen. So currently, he's doing 2 hits. I have 1 defense, which is negated. And I roll 2 blue. I rolled a shield, so that's 1 shield. My lightning bolt can be used as an extra shield, so I did negate both damage, so I got lucky. So this guy goes next. He rolls his 2, but because enemy controls the area, is +1 to his attack. So So again, now 3 damage. And I roll my 2 defense. Get 1 shield. He doesn't negate my... What negated my... He doesn't negate my defense. So I have the -1. So 3, 2... So I'm only taking 1 damage, it looks like. Yeah, 1 damage. To this guy. Of course, he can only take 4. Finally, this guy moves in and attacks. He does negate one of my defenses. He's doing 2 damage, negating one of my defenses. I roll 1. I get a lightning bolt. I can reduce it by 1. So I'm taking 1 more damage. Oh, but it's +1, so I take 2 more damage. So he's taking 3 out of 4 damage. Oh no, he might die. So I'm seeing these guys do extra damage when somebody hits to everybody in the area when they are damaged. Not good. Okay. So it's his turn. Move. He will focus. Okay. If there's enemies at least 2 different ranks, he's +1, so he does 1 extra damage. So, and he's getting 1 for his focus, so 2 extra damage. He's rolling 2 red, 2 blue on this green. No, yeah, I'll eliminate the green. Okay, so I have to figure out how I'm spending this. So he's doing 2 damage +2, so 4. Lightning bolts I can do, like, knock him back, but he's dead. Okay. So I kill him. He drops a soul coin. Oh, I should have updated that. Oh, it goes this way. End of his turn. All purple enemies activate, otherwise highest rank enemies, which is both of them. Okay, so now we get into the complexity of preferred targets. Is the richest one, which is the archer, who's about to die. So just as its claw attack, it's +1. He negates 1 shield, so he's doing 2 damage on the claw attack. And then I roll my shields, which is 1 dice. 2 dice. He did 1 damage. Oh yeah, he did 1 damage plus the 1, so it's 2 damage. Shield. Oh, I got 1 shield, so he takes 1 damage and he dies. So which he means he flips over and goes to Ghost. And let's read up on characters dying. Death. When the hero dies, it becomes ethereal, and his soul becomes weaker. Did I forget about the -1 to my damage? In game turns, he loses 1 soul rank. This happens immediately. Reduces soul rank by 1 to a minimum of 1. So he flips the ghost form. Discard any body conditions, modifiers, and effects tokens. Discard all power and soul. Drop all items. So I would have to go down the soul rank, but I can't go down below 1. That means I have power. I have to discard a power that any powers that no longer high enough rank for. drop any items, including money. I can only ask a ghost soul, so that I have the 3 actions listed on here. But I also don't trigger enemies. And I don't count toward as a hero. Oh wait, we had 2 to 2. He didn't get the plus. He shouldn't have the +1. Because I don't control anymore. So no, undo all that. He's not dead yet, but he's about to die because the other one attacks him as well. He doesn't get a +1. Wow, yeah, he died. Okay. Oh, I don't remove the figure, right? I just... No. Okay. Next. That's the end of the round. As this moves over, it's no longer night. So I lose my -1, which I'm not 100%. I've been taking every time because there's a lot going on. This is a learning game anyway, so. Whew. Okay, so I'll go with. Where'd the gem go? For keeping track of. Huh. I don't know. Okay, so he's gonna go first and attack. We'll attack one of the blue guys. Oh. Actually, there's a couple things that can happen. So that becomes active again. That's the upkeep phase. So, cost to enhance soul rank. Because that can be done during upkeep. So I can level up. Okay, so it's the rank I'm going to times itself. So I'm going to level 2, it's 2 times 2, so I need 4. So I don't have enough yet. So he's attacking, well, 4, 5. 5 damage is incredibly good. So he just bashes one of these guys' brains in. They go die. Drop another soul coin. Definitely feels like a Soulsborne game. However, as a reaction, do they get the reaction if they are straight dead? I believe it does. So it does 2 damage to my guy. It's not clear. So he takes 2 damage. He's taken 3 altogether. He can take 6. I don't have any useful actions to take for him. So I could lose right now. So he... Okay, activate blue enemy. So there's 1 blue enemy. Don't have green anymore. Okay, so he's gonna attack with claws. He rolls his 2 dice. Does 1 hit. But he's ignoring my 1 defense. But I roll 3 blue. And I block it. So now it's on to my archer's turn. I have 3 possible actions. I can move 5 spaces. I can recall, which sends me back to to here, where I can activate, come back from the dead, or I can soul shout to stun enemies. I think I want to recall. Now, I believe I have to spend souls to bring myself back to life, which I better do because if my other guy dies, we've lost. So, resurrection. Okay, it's during the time phase. So I might as well do my soul shout. Sorry, soul shout. I roll a blue die. If I rolled a hit, I could stun the enemy, which I don't, so that's done. So he will recall to here. He's gonna have to dash on his next turn. He doesn't trigger an enemy turn. So next he will attack. Okay, so he's the 4 damage. Oh yeah, souls also don't count towards domination, that's right. So he just murderizes him. Oh, I should have defended against those 2 damage earlier. Okay, yeah, so I should have defended. So I take 2 hits, but I had to defend against this and the previous one. Okay, so 1 is automatically negated, and so the first one didn't do anything. Second one didn't. So actually, it didn't take those 2 damage. So that's actually significantly better. Okay, but all enemies are dead. Free action to pick this stuff up. He can't equip it unless he takes an action. No, it's not worth him to take an action to do that. So then he's doing 1, 2, 3 for his movement. We get waypoint number 4. Waypoint number 4, 1.5. 1.5. Day. An errant vendor escorted by 2 guards, ask for your attention. War is my business, and judging by your equipment, you need my services, don't you? Any hero moving over the waypoint can visit the Emporium by spending an action. Okay, so if I visit the Emporium, I can buy things and forge weapons. So, anything I can buy with 5 gold. Oh, what were the 2 blue things supposed to drop? 10 gold and a soul gem. So actually, you should have had more money. Yeah, I'm going to spend the 15 to buy a healing potion in case I need it. I think that was the end of the round. So this flips. Until next event phase, heroes and enemies cannot use star effects, and there we spawn for 2 to 3 players. Okay, the ghost does not. Oh, I gotta check on this. So, spawning. Spawning is based on the number of active heroes. Now, I'm pretty sure Ghost does not count as an active hero. So currently I have 1 active hero, so I'm not sure anything spawns. To maintain the number of enemies spawn depends on the number of heroes in play. So there's only 1 hero in play, so nothing spawns, I believe. And they would normally spawn there. Okay, so next round. He is going to spend souls coins to resurrect himself. So resurrection is on page 39. Has to be an active shrine, which is there. So it's just equal to soul rank, so just have to spend 1 soul, which means I no longer have enough to level up, but okay, it's worth it. So 1, 2, 3 for my movement. My action will be 1 dash, and then he's done. Nobody on the board, so he goes 1, 2, 3. Event. Read and apply the story effects described in the storybook. So these events, though, very important, they go on top of this deck. So that extends the game by a turn. So story event 1. Why do I keep putting everything in a different spot every time? It's over here. Okay, story event 1. The hero reaches the city at the first light of the sun. Beyond the gates, a vision of blood greets them. Swarms of gremlins are attacking buildings and people alike. Place event 4 in play and resolve it. I might have done a few things. I definitely did a few things wrong. But okay, it becomes day. Let me make sure I'm actually doing the day-night properly. Oh, that waypoint may not have activated if it wasn't daytime. Ugh. This is rough. Okay, so it gets... Okay, so yeah, so I did that slightly different. I believe this should have only happened if it was day phase, so I couldn't have shopped. So I get my 15 back, and I will... That's not a huge thing. I don't get that healing potion. So it's now day. This gets set to the side. Read and apply the day event, which is nothing. All the equipment comes back. So it is now day. Yeah, he'll dash. Waypoint 3. Some strange noise warns you of imminent peril. It's a trap. The trap card applies. Yeah. So he gets a trap against him. Blindness. Unless saves, each hero within one area becomes blinded. So I roll. I got a shield, so he's saved. The other guy's far enough away. Doesn't matter. Okay. So. This is a blocked door. There's a search area, but okay, that's the end of the round. So this goes. So now it's back, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Use his action to do 1, 2, 3. He's going to go 1, 2. Use his action to search, which flips this. Okay, so what happens with a search? Let's look up searching. Choose this action. The hero must be in the same area with a search area token. He must not be engaged in combat. Okay. So I roll a red die, which I got a lightning bolt and a hit. Other result to the indicated token. Any die result means nothing. Any other die result means nothing happens. Okay, so basically I rolled a lightning bolt is one of them, so that causes me to get a trap. He's getting... This trap has no effect. So he did his move, he did his action. That's the end of this round. This comes off. Who do I want to go first this time? Because it matters now. So, he'll go first. He'll open the door. She gets another trap. No effect. Good. But this reveals this, which is another enemy. And this one is a green enemy. Use the green enemy card again. Well, it's over here. Boom. Boom. Okay. So move. And that was a free action. He can continue his movement since he didn't do any combat. So he's attacking this guy. There's no more things for me to worry about. Okay, so... Okay, I don't have the minus anymore, so... He... Okay, has 1 damage, 2 damage, and 3 lightning bolts. He's only got 3 health, so I can use the 2 lightning bolts to do 2 extra damage and kill this thing. In which case he draws 5 coins. I can do a free action to pick those coins up. So he currently has 20 coins. Okay. So that was his turn. Oh, he didn't do... He did a move, free action. And he can do a dash to do another move. And find out what this waypoint does. Okay, so this is waypoint 2 is 1.11. Waypoint 2. An ancient marble altar to the 3 gods, Aranus, Enomus, and Mir, lays here as proof of your immortal soul. It is starting to radiate a purple light when you touch. Once per round, the active hero can spend 1 action to heal 1 HP. Well, he's already used his action. So that's it. It's now his turn. 1, 2, 3. Get this event card. Story event 2. Read and apply the story effects. Okay. I didn't ever read story event 1 when I entered this room. Why didn't I read it? I don't know. Okay, so when I entered this room, I should have put event 4 into play. Oh, okay, I did that, but I didn't do the rest. Take 2 fire tokens. Remove this goes away, which never actually activated. This one becomes active. Spawn gate. The entrance to the cathedral is clearly visible to the heroes, yet as they walk toward it, something attracts their attention. Some dangerous-looking humans clad in heavy leather armor, carved with their strange symbols, and wielding curved blades, and opening a chest on a cart. But as one, they turn toward you. Assess the situation. The heroes quickly decide whatever is in the chest may be helpful to the mission. The raiders, knowing that they have discovered, throw a dagger at the hero and then disappear among the flames. The hero takes 2 damage. It's attacked by 2, so 2, and then they would defend against 2. Fails to defend. I can re-roll any 1 die. Okay, he does defend it, but he is poisoned. So basically poisoned, he should have taken 1 damage, because each turn it does a damage, but it ticks down. So basically, it's a poison 1, means it lasts 1 round, takes 1 damage at the upkeep. Okay, so I should have also added a green raider to the enemy deck, which can only come once. It's removed from the game once it dies. Okay. And then I should have spawned enemies. But I would have spawned no enemies since I had only 1 person alive at the time, because it's number of heroes minus number of enemies minus 1. If you still want to open chests, go to 1.10, yes. I should have got another trap. No effect. And then a treasure. which I could have picked up by now. Ooh. It's a nice treasure. It's a big axe that I can use. But I would have to take an action to equip. Let's say I didn't do that yet. So that was what I screwed up there. Next. Oh, fire. What would the fire done? Would have gone away before it became an issue because I didn't go straight through. So basically that's a delay. Now, we'll continue where we left off. Okay, the cathedral's entrance is a battlefield, the bloody floor strewn with the bodies of guardian clerics and gremlins. Near the sacred altar, the high cleric Claudius is surrounded by gremlins, but before anyone can act, one of the creatures lashes out, driving its claws deep into the old cleric's chest. The light in his eyes of this gremlin is bright and wickedly alive, portraying a malevolent intelligence that marked as chief. The heroes cannot do anything but avenge the high cleric and kill the abomination. Okay, so I get a red gremlin. Red gremlin spawns there. If there's 3 heroes, there's not. Spawn 1 enemy. Otherwise, spawn heroes minus enemies. So 1 enemy at waypoint 2 area. Ooh, I should not. Did I remove the waypoint 2? Oh, nope. I have to spawn a green raider. So he has to do combat with this guy. Can I do ranged from non-ranged? Okay, yes, I can do range from melee distance. So, do I want to focus or do 2 attacks? I'm going to focus my attack with my action. I guess I can drop a trap here. It's weird. I don't know if that's 100% legal. Okay, so its health depends on how many players. So there's only 2 players, so its health is 6. It does drop 2 treasure. Okay, so I am going to do my range attack. I'll do a focus to make it 2 damage. And then this guy, does he have any shields? He does have defense. 2 damage, minus 1 already. He completely blocks it. So now I resolve a encounter card, which is activate all engaged enemies. So red guy is going to attack with 3 red dice. Well, move to engage claw. Yep, he's doing 3 red dice. Okay, he activates every turn regardless. That's good to know. Where's the things for? He's minus 1 to their defenses. He's doing 3 damage. So basically, I'm just gonna roll 2 blue dice to prevent 3 damage. So he's taking 2 damage instead. Okay, he's half dead, unfortunately. Attack with swords and move away 1 area. So swords, he's rolling 2 red dice. Okay, so he's doing 2 damage. If he rolled 2 lightning bolts, he could use Dirty Trick, which he didn't. Okay, so so he's only doing 2 damage. And this guy rolls his defense of 3 blue dice. He got 1 armor, so that's minus 1 and minus 1 for that, so he blocks it all. I'm not playing well. Okay, so that's the end of that round. So a new round. This guy's gonna attack him. So I just want to check if I can rearrange reorganize if it's only if not engaged. So no, I cannot reorganize. So he's gonna attack and do 1, 2. I got 3 lightning bolts. So I can spend one of them to knock him down, 2 of them for +2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Ignore it because he's knocked out. He ignores his defense, and boom, he dead. And he goes out of the game. He drops 5 coins, which I can use a free action to pick up. Do I want to spend the action to heal or action to equip? No, I'll spend the action to equip this really cool whirlwind axe. And that goes in my inventory. And then I'll move here. Oh, now the enemy activates. So I draw this, but he's going to activate regardless. Oh, wounded enemies? He's not wounded. They activate using their far distance one, regardless of range. So he would move to the enemies, but he's already there, so he just moves. So I get lucked out. Okay, so Bowman's turn. He is going to attack with his short bow. And he'll use his action to do a +1 to it. So it is 2 damage by default. I didn't add any additional. This guy has red. Where's the red guy? Red is here. He has 1 defense. So he takes 1 damage. Everybody in his area takes 1 damage. So boop. And which is not good. This guy's almost dead again. So he did his attacks. Enemy encounter. Activate 2 enemies, so he activates, he attacks. So he's at 0, move across. He's gonna prioritize the person with the most damage. And if they tied, which they are, I'm assuming it's gonna be the person with the least health, but So if there's a tie, it's most wounded, then fewest HP. So he's going after the archer, which he's probably gonna kill. So he rolls 3. He does -1 to his defenses. So it's 2 hits. I'm also dominated now, but that doesn't matter. So I rolled 2 blue, trying to prevent 2 hits. And I do. I got lucky. Okay. So that's the end of that round. Carnage. Until the next event phase, the first attack of each hero enemy inflicts critical. Hero and enemy. Okay, so critical. So those are damages that can't be ignored. And we spawn if the number of enemies minus enemies on the board, -1. So, which is 0, so you don't actually spawn anything. They're really taking it easier on you for Act 1. Or the prologue. Okay, so I'll tap... Ooh. Here's the problem. If I do him damage in his area, suffer 1 damage. Both of my guys will take damage, but I kind of have to do it. So he's gonna focus. He's gonna kill my own guy, but so he's doing 3 damage. The guy defends. Oh, he has 2 shields. Okay. So he's down to 2. He didn't get any shields. So he takes 2 damage. I don't think I should have taken that 1 damage then. And which means we got 1 less damage last turn. That's alright. So it equaled out. I can move for a free action. Yeah, I think I will try and move for a free action. I'll move here. But that means he gets to try and attack me. Which is probably going to kill me, but that's what's worth trying. Oh yeah, he totally kills me. He rolled 4 hits. Yeah. Ghost form. Okay, so now... Oh, wait, I'm rolling different stuff now. So, he's going to attack, do a focus. So it's +1. It's 3 by default. And I'm rolling this. So I got 5 damage. He defends against 1. So it's down to 4 damage. He rolls 2. So it's down to 3 damage. So yeah, that's what he takes is 3 damage. To his 2 he's already taken. So he's at 5 damage he's taken, which increases his damage to 4. So 5 damage. He needs 1 more damage and he's dead. He can take 2 more. Enemy activation. Okay, activate all enemies that are full health, which are none. Otherwise, enemies use their special powers, which nobody has special powers. But at the end of the enemy turn, he activates if he's not activated. Okay, so he will attack. He does 2 damage. Ignores 1 shield. So basically it's whatever I roll to get rid of those 2 damage. Come on. Okay, I didn't roll any shields, but I got 2 lightning bolts which I can spend to decrease it by 1. So he takes 1 damage, which gives me a problem. I think I'm gonna lose. That's the end of the round. Never mind. He's dead. Because of the critical. So he couldn't have attacked. That's fine. There were too many things for 1 player. I think this has to be a minimum 2-player game. Until you learn it at least. Okay, so, no, I'm here. Gremlin died, so I do read 1.12. Ending. With his last black breath, the High Cleric tells the tale of the mysterious death of the king. His body appears strangely light and pale as he lay dead. And to make matters worse, the royal heir has also disappeared. He continues weakly. Darkness invaded these lands. Count Daluf and his guards fight in vain, because the evil forces they are facing are not of this world. You are now our only hope. This ritual requires the sacrifice of our most precious relic. But here you stand, your soul contained in the gems you carry, be bound to the will of the spell. You cannot completely die, but neither shall you be completely free until you will defeat this evil. I am ashamed of this coercion, but to save the realm, I choose to curse my soul. The spell of recall will give you back your strength as you kill the evil forces. While guiding you closer to your aim, my life is over now, but I pass away knowing my destiny is accomplished. Now everything depends on you. Marcus, the cleric Marcus, he will guide you. He will answer your questions. Farewell, hero. Rewards. The party gains 50 crowns in addition, each of a hero of a specific fighting style, which are not my heroes. Gains 1/8 healing potion from the Emporium. Proceed to quest 2. So, that was it. There was a lot of little fiddliness in the rules that I'm trying to learn as I go. But thank you for watching. That was Sword and Sorcery.